You know how sometimes you just want to sit back and watch a series of forgettable non-entities get murdered in sequence by inexplicable jungle savages?
No.
Me too! The Green Inferno is 40 minutes of pointless noise followed by 50 minutes of torture porn. Shocking, I know. Also shocking, the first scene is stupid as shit!
Well, quite enough. You want to chop them? Chop by
Two Amazon natives sneaking quiet as can be through the jungle when they're suddenly ambushed by a roaring excavator.
Oh, it must have been one of those wild excavators waiting to pounce on a fresh meal.
After the needless opening credit sequence, our main character wakes up to the sound of 30 people chanting across the way. These kids are upset that the university maintenance staff doesn't have healthcare coverage, and they're on hunger strike until the janitors get insurance.
Maybe the janitors should unionize so the students don't have to fight their battles for them.
Right, I'm warning you now. Every single step taken in this narrative is either stupid at best or fully fucking illogical, so just just don't.
So I go to this party and Scott's like, you should totally rush. And I'm like, that's retarded. That's for idiots who are stupid enough to go to Dartmouth.
I'm on a hunger strike.
You're one of them, I can tell.
Or I'm just not hungry.
Or you secretly want to starve yourself.
Duh, what girl doesn't?
The hell?
Yeah. Either Roth decided not to direct his actors, or he failed at writing a 4-line exchange of dialogue. Either way, setting the fucking tone.
People use the term female circumcision, but female genital mutilation more accurately describes what nearly 2 million girls go through every year.
All right! Now we're talking like an Eli Roth movie.
Some cultures use a blade, like this one.
Yes, for slaying the dreaded Clitorosaurus Rex.
But more commonly, FGM is done with a piece of broken glass, the lid of a tin can, or a sharpened stone.
Fucking savages.
Yeah, just make a run to Home Depot. You can knock out 100 mutilations a day.
Get with the fucking time.
Why would they do that? I mean, what's the point?
The villages don't consider them women unless they've gone through this.
They should probably read a book.
My father's a lawyer at the UN. Maybe he could get involved somehow.
FGM is a global problem. You need every lawyer in the UN to stop it.
And if there's one thing the United Nations doesn't care about, it's the well-being of humanity. After foreshadowing class, lead girl is approached by the chubby guy from the protest group.
I just wanted to give you a flyer for our group.
Oh, thanks. I think it's cool and all what you guys do, just I'm not really into it.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of helping people live better lives.
Oh yes, I'm really starting to like this girl.
Alejandro asked me to give that to you.
Alejandra.
Is he behind the obvious skeezy two-faced villain?
Tonight we're celebrating. The school's giving the janitors health insurance.
Really?
Yeah. They're making the deal now. So, see you there?
I'll think about it.
Don't think. Act.
Whoa! Dark turn out of nowhere at the end there. Tons of fun.
So, 30 kids sat on the grass, chanting to themselves, and a few of them skipped lunch. And that's why the university decided to buy health insurance for the janitors. That's pretty impressive. Fuck, buy these kids a Zoom membership. They could cure genital mutilation over online brunch.
Everyone is aware of what's happening. It's not something that can be cured overnight.
Unless there was oil involved. Then we'd end FGM tomorrow.
We can't just go invade a country because they're doing something that we think is illegal or immoral. anymore.
So the movie has a powerful character admit that countries get invaded for oil, but then has that character say countries don't get invaded for immoral behavior. But in real life, immoral behavior is literally the excuse the US uses to invade anyone it wants, even, or especially, when the motive is actually to take control of their oil. Just ask Iraq, or Syria, or Venezuela.
It's like they greenlit the script before they figured out its message.
That's because it doesn't have one. All right, let's check out the protest group's victory party.
Have you ever had fantasies of saving a dying tribe?
What?
Protecting them from encroaching civilization?
No.
The hell kind of party is this?
In 2 weeks, an untouched jungle in the Peruvian Amazon will be destroyed forever, and so will the natives inside it. The companies want the natural gas in the ground under the villages, so they GPS the location, bulldoze the homes, and kill the natives. Ancient tribes, seen only rare glimpses from satellite photos, will be gone forever.
1. If they were an ancient tribe, they already wouldn't exist. 2. How does anyone know to go drilling for natural gas in an untouched area where no one's done any seismic exploration?
So, this fossil fuel company has access to satellite technology, but still goes around mass murdering people to steal their land?
Apparently.
Why are they allowed to commit genocide?
You'd have to ask South America.
So what's the plan? March into the jungle and starve yourself?
No, the plan is to be invited into the inner sanctum and then be baselessly rude. Shockingly, Grumpy McSerious throws her out for being a douche. The next day,
Actually, one last question about their super rockin' celebration scene.
shoot.
Okay, their group annoyed a university into giving its employees insurance benefits, and the very next day, he wants to move on to rescuing an isolated tribe in the Amazon from its impending corporate instituted doom.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I know it's a statement. I'm just making sure I follow. I mean, that sounds like a leap so huge, it's genuinely unbelievable.
It is.
Look, I'm really sorry about the other night.
You're a serious student, which is fine, but it's really not enough.
Well, maybe if you gave someone a chance to learn, your organization might be more effective.
His organization got exactly what it wanted.
Why does she want to join this guy now? He just embarrassed her in public, and she literally said she's not into this kind of thing anyway.
I think you're an idealist, Justine, and you have good intentions. But you're not ready for this.
None of you are ready for this!
So he lets her join the group, even though literally nothing about their relationship has changed. And boy, is the battle meeting a doozy.
We leave Saturday. We get in one day ahead. So when the bulldozers arrive, they're in for a surprise.
Startling people operating heavy machinery. Great plan.
Well, they'd better hope that bulldozers aren't as stealthy as excavators.
Who's behind the development?
It's a private corporation in Peru. They hire ex-military to protect them and to kill the natives.
Well, no shit, it's a private corporation. Which fucking one?
And again, this corporation just blatantly hires militias to gun down the natives. That's just a thing that they do. Publicly. Oh, and by the way, what the fuck is this?
So we're gonna take on a private militia with our phones?
No, but we're going to scare them. And the Peruvian government will notice.
The government? I thought you were trying to stop a corporation.
If you try to scare a group of men that are hired to shoot strangers on sight, you will die.
How are we supposed to stream from the jungle?
They have a satellite. Our contact will hack us in. I have 15 sites ready to stream and an army of followers to tweet when we upload it. Once the construction knows they're on camera, everything changes.
It's demolition, not construction. And they aren't the problem.
Wait. Who has a satellite?
Who owns the satellite doesn't matter. The point is, he just happens to know a Peruvian computer nerd who can make the satellite accept and transmit cell phone signals in the Amazon jungle.
But not every satellite can do...
The hackers can do anything, Kyle!
This is crazy. Are you going tree hugging or bulldozer hugging?
Bulldozer hugging? What the hell does that even mean?
Well, the question implies that lead girl just explained the group's intentions to not Billie Eilish, but since their intentions aren't to protect trees or bulldozers, that question just comes across as, moronic beyond words.
We're staging a rally.
Staging a rally? Well, no wonder not Billie Eilish doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. Neither do you!
And after reminding her that pissing off maniacs in a jungle sounds kind of self-destructive, she asks kind of a good question.
What does your dad think about this?
Justine, I need some numbers. Who are you going with?
And the answer is that everyone is a shit-cocking lame brain.
Guy's kind of a terrible father.
It's a school trip, Dad. I'll be fine. It's not like I'm going any more dangerous.
I want you to talk to Dale. I insist you talk to Dale.
I'm not going to bother the ambassador for you to get vaccination tips.
I am texting you his number right now.
Dad.
Honey, Peru is a dangerous country. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I know. Dad, I really have to go, okay? I love you. Bye. Let's go before he sends the SWAT team.
Lying to your dad about flying to another continent? Great! Another movie that begs the question, how did this person get into college?
So, what is the point of her father working for the UN if she's not going to use this connection to better equip herself for this journey?
Oh, there's a reason, technically, but that comes down the road a bit. First, I'd like to highlight their incredible communication skills.
I'll be fine. It's not like I'm going any more dangerous.
Honey, Peru is a dangerous country. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I know.
It's like they're almost listening to each other.
Well, surely this UN attorney notices his daughter is acting abnormally rash and...
Nope, she gets in a cab and then she's getting off a plane with the team. And then they exit a van to get on another plane. Then they get into these little rickshaw and motorbike taxi things. That sure ate up a lot of the run time.
Yeah, I don't get it. Are they going somewhere?
After 1,000 years of travel, they stop for lunch and some subtle foreshadowing. Yeah, she gonna get chopped.
Or, if we're meant to fear the snipping of the clitoris, why is the visual metaphor a melon?
Beardo sets up everyone's phones to make the streaming work in the jungle, even though he's not the satellite hacker, so... whatever. And a very stupid conversation takes place.
Tomorrow, no matter what, keep streaming. Those cameras are our only defense.
Defense?
They have guns?
Of course.
Which part of militia did you not understand?
Way to be a smug bitch, you smug bitch! But guess what?
So we're gonna take on a private militia with our phones?
No. But we're going to scare them.
Your boyfriend said you wouldn't be going up against a militia. So when Ginger Kid says this...
I just thought the militia were like ahead of the bulldozers in the jungle. I didn't think they were gonna be right next to them.
It's because you lied to the entire fucking team!
Calm down. There's a group of us. If they shoot at one, they have to kill all of us.
Yeah.
Nobody forced you to join us. And nobody's forcing you now. You want to back out? Go ahead.
First of all, you did kind of force them into this due to your direct disinformation.
Second, how the hell are they supposed to get home on their own?
Then it's back on the bikes, then back off the bikes, and then into some boats and up the river. Because we gotta fill out that run time.
Hey, is there like a village or way below soon?
What? You need a toilet?
Not right this minute, but I probably will.
Yes, if we stop, I'd like to use one too, please.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Really? What is it?
It's a machete.
It's for the snakes. I can hold it.
He signed up to travel to the Amazon and is afraid of snakes.
Sure is smart enough for college! Lead girl and ginger kid then run into the jungle with the machete and a pistol to protect themselves. Why wouldn't at least one person go with them so they don't have to hold weapons while they piss? Well, because no one is smart. Now alone in an ecosystem he knows nothing about, Ginger Kid whips out his cock and looks everywhere except at where he's pissing, because why would you keep an eye on your penis in a completely alien environment?
Tarantula fucking bugs! Fucking shit! The fucking tarantula almost bit my dick off!
They stopped the movie for that.
Runtime.
This is it.
Get on the fucking shore, damn it!
When they do go ashore, they start changing into the exact gear worn by the demolition crew, and no, I don't know where any of it came from.
Blending in is the first intelligent part of this dumbass plan. I assume they have bulletproof vests as well? Right. I'm the fucking idiot.
This is not about the individual. This is about the cause. We are now one face. Now stand up and make history.
Oh, did I forget to mention the masks that will make it harder to see and breathe during our life-threatening mission on deadly terrain?
That's so unlike you.
And while the real crew is on lunch break, our heroes launch their plan, chaining themselves to trees and machinery.
After disarming the men with guns.
No.
So they've made themselves into immobile target practice for the men with guns.
Yes.
Well, what the fuck?
And what's the best way to make sure the nearest men with guns start shooting at you? Set off a fucking bomb! And since Lead Girl is the only one who couldn't get her chains to lock, she's the one they grab while Alejandro gets everyone's attention.
This corporation, measuring the indigenous tribes of the Peruvian Amazon, is about to shoot a girl whose father works at the United Nations. The United Nations!
Kill her! See what happens! You fucking bitch!
Oh shit! Did I forget to mention that the most important part of my plan was getting footage of a mercenary threatening to blow your brains out? I've been forgetting shit all day. Is this a Monday or what? Then South American Jim Varney gets a call from the plot saying he has to let them go, and when he does, the team shuts off their streams.
And then they all get murdered because they just turned off their bargaining chip? Yeah, I know. Make your faces.
Now the next thing we see is them being taken in by police, the top cop getting bribed for their release, and everyone celebrating on the plane ride out of the jungle.
We're fucking trending worldwide. Reddit, just pick it up, guys. Front page.
The Forest Stewardship Council immediately filed a complaint with the Peruvian authorities to halt what constitutes an illegal exploitation of a region in the Amazon that is protected by the Managua Treaty.
Congratulations, we won!
So, absolutely no one knew about this treaty violation or whatever until you guys streamed yourselves at a deforestation site.
How exactly did your stream prove where you were and that the land was under legal protection?
It's important to celebrate the victories. You're a hero.
You were gonna let them kill me.
You knew the risks.
No, she fucking didn't! That's kind of why she's pissed!
Just didn't know the biggest one was here.
You begged me to join, so I created a role for you. Don't forget that.
And that role was to potentially have your brain splattered out on a jungle floor. Also, sure, it was a secret, but how am I supposed to know you're the one anti-imperialism activist who doesn't like surprises? Then the plane crashes and all those cumbersome background actors who never said a word are finally written out of the script. Horrific casualties abound and things get super intense for the survivors.
We need to find my GPS.
We're in the middle of the jungle, and no one's gonna find us.
I can send a distress signal. It's built to withstand a crash. It's part of the survival kit. Just look for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. To whom will you be sending this distress signal?
And why are you the only one who can do this? What if you died?
Yeah, I'm starting to think this trip wasn't very well planned out.
Speaking of, a bunch of armed natives show up because I guess the plane crashed in their backyard, and they tranquilize what passes for main cast and murder their leftover dead weight, including Alejandro's beloved girlfriend.
No! For fuck's sake! Don't act like you care too much!
No!
In fact, don't act at all.
No!
Okay, you've almost got it there. Okay, now try the scene from Waterworld. Now you're Kevin Costner.
Right,
You see your precious catamaran sinking into the ocean.
Right to the ocean.
And
my boat.
perfect, that's it, wonderful.
Speaking of, the captives wake up being canoed to the natives' village. Which means that either the tranquilizers they use are weak as fuck, or these people heard the plane crash and canoed upriver at record speed to get there as fast as they did, only to ambush people that nearly died.
So, this tribe that's remained secluded for centuries actively goes looking for strangers.
The entire village then swarms the captives to welcome them in.
Why are they petting the captives?
No reason.
Why is everyone painted red?
No reason.
Why is that one painted black?
No reason. No reason.
Yeah, right.
Then they shove everyone into a cage, except the fat guy. The fat guy gets special treatment. Hey, remember every single movie ever made where a villain pops out someone's eyeball and eats it? Me too! And after eating his other eye, well, when a monster eats a person's eyeballs, you know what's always next every fucking predictable time.
You know, I've never understood that. How do you grab someone's tongue without them biting your fucking fingers off?
You probably can't. Anyway, then they chop his arms and legs off while he screams in agony, and then we see them preparing his various body parts to be cooked.
So they are cannibals, but they don't eat raw food.
They do not. Well, eyeballs and tongue tips, but that's all.
Well, then why did they chop him up without killing him first? It took 6 men to hold him in place, and he was shrieking like an eel the entire time. They just made it harder for themselves.
Or they could have just hit him with another knockout dart. There'd be no screaming, no need to hold him down. But this is an Eli Roth movie. That guy had to be awake so that he could scream while being tortured to death. Because that's the only way to make a movie.
Alejandro, what is this? Why are they doing this?
They think we're the enemy. There's nothing we can do.
So the best explanation we get is that they're eating Fat Guy and keeping the others prisoner because the tribe has seen the demolition crew destroying their land and our heroes are dressed just like them. So the tribe thinks they're members of the invading enemy, and this tribe eats their enemies. But I gotta say, that doesn't actually explain anything, like why they killed some people at the crash site, how they chose who not to kill, why they didn't kill the people they brought home to eat, and why they didn't eat the bodies of the people who were killed during or after the crash. So, why are they doing this is still a pretty decent question. Oh, and just in case you're wondering if this movie has any redeemable qualities.
I need a bathroom.
What? No, 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 no!
I'm so sorry.
The fact that I'm certain many people ambitiously auditioned for the role of Diarrhea Girl really makes me feel better about every choice I made in 2013. And who's ready for some brainless dialogue?
Someone should be looking for us right now.
Even if they find the plane, they're not gonna look here. Our best chance of survival is getting the GPS before the battery dies.
Our best chance is staying right here.
1. Why would search and rescue not look around the area to find possible survivors? 2. No shit! Do you have a plan for that? 3. The best plan to survive is remaining imprisoned by the people who ate your friend? Who the fuck ever put you in charge of anything?
Maybe we'd have a chance if we hadn't blown up the bulldozers. You fucking idiot. We should feed you to the natives.
You aren't feeding the natives, they're feeding themselves against your will!
And what the fuck does blowing up bulldozers have to do with being eaten by cannibals? But even when the dialogue does start making sense, the fucking story gets even stupider!
There is more on the way.
Or what?
Bulldozers. We didn't stop anything. We just delayed it by a day or two. It's all a PR stunt. Carlos was hired by a competing company to stop them from reaching the village first. So, we did. He gets paid and our organization known worldwide. You know how many people are gonna join us after this?
So, the company with no name was going to destroy this village. And a different company with no name also wanted to destroy this village. So company number 2 hired airplane guy to sabotage company number 1, and instead of just, doing it, he arranged for an unknown group of college students in America to come down and cause a scene on the internet. Do I have this right?
Exactly. And now the entire world is aware and ready to sue company number 1 for endangering this village and violating some protection treaty. And company number 2 is gonna swoop in a day or two and wipe out the village anyway. Because that's just good business.
Oh god. It's so stupid.
Wake up. These people never really had a chance. There's too much money in the ground here. Second companies are already on the way. They picked up where the others left off.
What? So company number 2 is literally on the same path that company number 1 started? And they think nobody's going to notice?
Okay. Now I know it sounds like the dumbest thing you've ever heard. The next day, Yellowface takes the girls out to see Boss Witch at Murder Rock. After stripping them down, Boss Witch uses her eye popper to root around in their vaginas.
What the hell? Is she checking their virginity? How could she even feel anything with that?
That thing is a raptor claw. Using it like that, she's popping more than eyeballs.
Yawa!
See?
Yeah, I guess. Yeesh.
And with lead girl taken away, we return to the Fun Brigade, finally making an actual plan.
I'm fast. I ran track. I can do this, okay?
I know how to distract them.
What are you doing?
Now, go.
The guard watched them throw something, did nothing, heard the ring, and went to see what the noise was. I understand modern civilization has left these people behind, but come on!
Yes, even in the rainforest, you find the inescapably human cliché of one inept guard. And some unknown time later, they send lead girl back into the cage, all painted up, ceremonial-like.
If they're preparing her for something, then why put her back in that cage where she could clean all that shit off, and where one captive had just very recently escaped?
Well, obviously.
Alejandro, you know what this is? You know what they're doing to her. They're going to cut her. She'll bleed to death or die of infection.
At long last?
Yeah, let's bring on that main event!
Wait a minute. If they painted her up to clip her mama button, why didn't they just do it?
More days for us.
Who the fuck are you, man?
That's the wrong question, Beardo.
How does cutting off her clitoris translate into you having more days to wait for rescue?
If they're preparing her to become a bride or something, they're not gonna eat her. That makes you more likely to be on the menu. Speaking of eating, some kids bring some revolting food to the captives, and lead girl plays her whistle necklace thing for the only non-obnoxious kid in the tribe. They now share a bond more powerful than any language barrier. Because whistles are cool. Diarrhea Girl then notices Fast Girl's tattoo in the bottom of her bowl and slits her own throat. It seems like this should be an emotionally heavy moment, but this character, no matter what else she's said or done, is Diarrhea Girl. And when you completely destroy a role like that and then try to get serious, ironically, no one will give a shit.
Look, as soon as they find her, she's going in the oven. I'm gonna add a special ingredient that'll fuck them up. Ready?
I got her.
Okay.
With the weed in.
Open.
And apparently the other characters don't care either.
Your new plan is to trick them into eating marijuana. You expect to get an entire village immobilized off a packet of weed. So while Alejandro jacks off to them playing with a dead body, I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know! Yellowface comes in and takes the body to the oven. I guess they only chop up and season the fat ones. Luckily, they cook and eat Diarrhea Girl super fast, and every single villager gets so stoned they literally collapse.
Did it work?
I give up.
I respect your decision.
Sorry, but I can't let them just eat me if I'm alone.
What the fuck? Why would he be alone? The entire idea is for everyone to escape.
Well, you see, Kyle, he's actually a pure villain now, so it makes more sense for him to not try to escape while the enemy's incapacitated.
No! I don't fucking see!
Anyway, lead girl and Beardo run away, and possibly the stupidest plot point of the movie happens when Ginger Kid wakes up outside the cage.
How did he get outside the cage?
I don't know, man. Two natives came over, dragged his unconscious body out of the cage, relocked the cage with Alejandro still inside, and then stared at Ginger until he came to.
Why?
I don't fucking know, man. Marijuana does weird shit to Amazonians. But you know that one universal effect of getting high, right?
Wait! What? No. Oh, fuck, they have the munchies! They have the munchies!
Now, is that joke more or less embarrassing than non sequitur diarrhea?
Yes, but not by much.
And then they drag him off, and a crowd of allegedly lazy, docile natives eats him alive, even though they've not been shown to do that as a people, so who cares, I guess? Lead girl and Beardo dick around in a river to stretch out that run time, and finally arrive back at the crash site, which has been festively decorated by the natives.
Shit. Battery's dead.
And since that's the only way you have to send a distress signal, it makes perfect sense that you wouldn't use long-lasting batteries. And you certainly wouldn't have any extra batteries in the survival kit, so there's no need to go looking around for that. On the bright side, they hear the low battery beep of one of the corpse's cell phones, because that would certainly last longer out in the rainforest than a GPS designed to withstand a plane crash. But just as they retrieve it, they get ambushed by the natives again.
Oh, good. For a moment there, I thought the film was about to go somewhere.
Back in the village, lead girl wakes up in a hut being lathered up by some fat lady.
Is there a reason that they've tied him to a pole to break his bones?
Well, of course. That way they could smear green shit on him and a bunch of terrible CG ants will crawl up and bite him to death.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
And with lead girl all painted up, in comes boss witch wagging her pussy hook.
Finally! Oh no. No, don't you fucking even!
Don't worry. This is a super important cultural ceremony. They painted her head to toe for a reason.
Really? The only thing you set up from the very beginning, and you're literally walking away from it?
Well, it's not that important anyway. There's something going on outside.
What could be more important than slashing up this girl's vagina?
Do you even hear yourself?
Oh, fuck off.
The important news is one of the natives has a severed head, and it's still wearing a hard hat, so the audience knows what's up. Sure is a good thing Alejandro decided to stay put and wait for the next group of workers to rescue him. He's always one step ahead. So the natives run off to go kill more workmen, and Whistle Kid cuts lead girl's arms free. The whistle bond is a mighty bond. Escaping the fat lady, lead girl finds Beardo still alive and takes his phone.
Yes.
Kill me. Kill me.
Just I can't.
Hey, so they do know you can knock people out to kill them and skip all that pointless screaming and suffering.
Wait, did that kid know the English words kill me? Can they all speak English and just choose not to?
I'm gonna go with the idea that they're all just inherently bloodthirsty maniacs as a people, and Whistle Kid just wanted Beardo to shut the fuck up.
Well, hey, why didn't Whistle Kid use that knockout dust on the fat lady instead of making lead girl fight her off?
I don't know.
Actually, what's the difference between knockout dust and tranquilizer darts? Is the dust just an ingredient for the darts? Because how...
Do you want this to take all fucking day?
Please let me out of here. No! Justine, don't leave me, Justine!
So, the man who wanted to stay there, surrounded by the enemy when they were docile and easy to run from, now wants to run away when the enemy is all armed, pissed off, and he doesn't know where they might be hiding.
Good stuff! And within minutes, lead girl is at the scene of the battle between the natives and the new set of corporate mercenaries.
Camera! Camera! Internet! Filmo! Camera!
Okay, I understand the mercenaries halting their massacre, but why did the natives stop protecting their land?
It's because... no reason.
Remember me, asshole?
Oh, did I say new corporate mercenaries? Because what I meant to say was the exact same corporate mercenaries hired by a new corporation. You know, to continue the massacre started by the previous corporation. Because something about public relations.
Tira el celular. Tira el celular.
Sure, that makes sense. And the next thing we see, she's put on a helicopter and makes it home, neglecting to mention that Alejandro was left in the village.
All the other students were killed in the crash. If it weren't for those natives, I'd be dead too.
What?
They fed me and guided me out of the jungle. They knew I was lost, that I accidentally landed in their backyard.
Why is she lying to the UN people?
I never felt afraid when I was with them. Until the bulldozers showed up and slaughtered them like cattle.
It was a crew with bulldozers that saved your happy-ass young lady. What the hell is this?
Who slaughters cattle with machine guns?
These natives.
The Yahes.
Yeah, the Yahes, yeah, I'm sorry. Allegedly headhunters, cannibals. Did you ever see any of that sort when you were there?
Never once.
Cool, so everyone they torture and eat from here on out is entirely your fault. What the fuck is she lying for?
I don't know. It's utter nonsense. And to be extra cute, they pop this in during the credits.
Hello?
Justine,
Who's this?
my name is Lucia. I'm Alejandro's sister.
I'm really sorry. I actually can't talk right now.
I found a satellite photo. It looks like my brother. We need to talk.
Oh, fuck off! Indeed they will. Because this movie was so boring and pointless, and the production was so miserable for everyone involved in filming, and partly due to the complaints of racism and exploitation of a real Amazonian tribe that had never even heard of movies before Eli Roth came to douche up their village, the intended Beyond the Green Inferno isn't going to happen. And thank fuck, because watching this one movie feels like a marathon in the first place. It is so boring, padded out with travel shots, panning shots, inserts of the villagers doing fucking nothing, that what little narrative does exist is exposed even more harshly as utter trash. It's nothing more than a template slasher movie picking off one bland character at a time, and with Eli Roth being the one writing said characters.
Don't be gay.
Huh? That's gay.
Oh, it sounds kind of gay.
Is activism so fucking gay?
Well, you can just see how much he's evolved over the years. Every single point that moved the story along relied entirely on Alejandro's decisions, which were either blatantly destructive, like choosing to remain a defenseless prisoner of the murdering cannibals, or just utter nonsense, like all the shit he didn't tell his own team in a dangerous situation, or even just assuming that a few students refusing to eat for an afternoon would force a university to change its insurance policy. Ah, son of a bitch, I just realized that they start this thing with people refusing to eat and then end it with those same people being eaten.
How did they think they're being clever or some shit?
Well, they're not. The main antagonist lies to his followers to put them in harm's way to achieve nothing but a PR stunt so he can get more followers. That's fucking stupid! The main protagonist has no motivation whatsoever to even join this group, nearly dies for doing so, and then protects the villagers who ate her friends and wanted to mutilate her sex organs. That's also fucking stupid! Oh, and I don't know if I made this clear or not yet, but the entire fucking premise is fucking stupid! The plan here was for a bunch of college kids to go to another continent, wander into the rainforest, ambush a demolition site with nothing but their phones, hope their makeshift satellite streaming hookup went through without any hiccups, hope they weren't all blasted away by mercenaries before they got there, and hope that they could get the surprised mercenaries to disarm themselves due to fear of being seen on an iPhone stream instead of just killing you before clearing up any language barriers. Not to mention, your stream would only show that this demolition crew has armed security, unless you wait to film said security outright murdering natives or destroying their villages. You're not providing evidence that they do. And why the fuck did these people have to trek across the damn globe to do this anyway? If all you needed was 15 kids with cell phones, I'm pretty sure you could have found them in fucking South America. 2 questions. Eli, how did you manage to make a movie about cannibalism so unwatchably tedious? And Tad, why would you buy this?